Think of an AI agent like a brand new car rolling off an assembly line. Before a manufacturer ships that car to a dealership, they put it on a test track. They check the brakes, they test the steering, and they push the engine under all sorts of different conditions. Why? Because you absolutely never want the customer to be the one discovering a mechanical flaw while they're driving at highway speeds. Well, that exact same logic applies to Microsoft 365 Copilot agents. As an administrator, you must rigorously test and edit your agents to ensure they are fully ready for production.
Let's dive right into our first topic, the importance of testing. Just like that test drive reveals quirky steering in a car, testing an agent reveals bugs, behavioral issues, and conversational roadblocks before your users ever run into them. If you skip this phase, you're essentially launching a product blind. This simple flow right here brilliantly illustrates the interaction lifecycle and exactly where you step in. A user inputs a request, the Microsoft 365 Copilot service processes it, but right in between that processing and the final result sits your admin control. Testing is where you exert that control. For anyone preparing for the AB 900 exam, or frankly stepping into any AI admin role, understanding that testing is a non-negotiable phase of agent deployment is your absolute baseline.
So, why do we do it? The reasons range from identifying issues early to ensuring strict compliance. We want to refine the instructions so the agent actually aligns with user expectations, and we have to optimize response times and accuracy. By putting the agent through its paces, you ensure the AI maintains strict data compliance and behaves exactly as you instructed. And here's a really critical concept to lock in. Testing isn't just a pre-deployment checklist you do once and forget about. Post-deployment, continuous monitoring is equally important. You have to keep gathering user feedback and testing to ensure ongoing performance.
Moving on to our next topic, testing agent instructions.
Imagine training a new customer service representative for a busy call center. You'd use role-play exercises, right? You want to ensure they use the right tone, whether that's being a kind, patient teacher or using a crisp, professional corporate voice, and you want to make sure they strictly follow their assigned script. Technically, for an AI agent, this boils down to a basic input, process, output flow. You input an instruction, the AI processes it, and the output is the response. You have to actively modify your instructions to test for clarity and consistency. For example, if you change an instruction to ask for brief summaries instead of detailed steps, how fast does the agent adapt? Testing this adaptability and testing how the agent handles unusual edge cases is a massive focus for effective administration, and definitely something to keep in mind for the AB 900 exam.
Let's look at some real-world testing scenarios. Scenario 1 is pretty straightforward. By asking the agent this exact query, you're testing its basic instructional clarity. Does it provide an accurate, easy-to-follow, step-by-step response for a fundamental task? You're checking if the basics are working. Scenario 2 turns the dial up just a bit. This query tests the agent's instructions regarding collaboration. It's no longer just about interacting with the system, it's about interacting with other users. You must verify that the agent consistently understands and outputs the correct sharing protocols based on your specific organizational rules.
And then, Scenario 3 pushes the agent into much more complex workflow territory. Testing with a query like this shows you how well the agent handles multi-step conditional logic. If the output here is confusing or just plain wrong, you as the admin need to go back to the input phase and refine those core instructions. All right, let's jump to topic 3. Testing knowledge sources. Think of an employee checking the latest HR handbook to make sure they have the most current company policy on remote work or vacation days. If that handbook is outdated, the employee is going to give out bad advice. When an agent needs to look up information, your admin control is verifying that knowledge base integration. You must regularly update your sources and test the agent to ensure it actually reflects those latest updates. And pay really close attention to this strict AB 900 exam rule. When testing an agent's ability to cross-reference data, remember that if a SharePoint hub site is included as a knowledge source, it automatically includes its associated sites. Your agent is going to pull from both, and you absolutely must verify that behavior during testing. Next up, topic 4, testing agent capabilities. Imagine a logistics dispatcher sitting at a massive control desk. They need to perfectly understand simple requests, like sending a truck across town, but they also have to handle incredibly complex routing edge cases involving multiple stops and unpredictable weather delays. Your agent's capabilities have to be tested with that exact same scale in mind. One of those key capabilities is the code interpreter. You'd start by providing a data set and asking a simple natural language query, like generating a basic bar chart, just to see if it creates the necessary Python code. Then you scale up to complex data summaries or edge cases, like asking for a scatter plot with a very specific trend line.
And of course, always evaluate the user feedback to continuously refine this capability. The same logic applies to testing the image generator capability. You don't just ask it to generate a simple image of a sunset over a mountain range and call it a day. You have to push the boundaries. You want to test complex combined queries, where you ask it to plot specific data points, add a trend line, and provide the underlying R code used to generate the plot, all based on a highly detailed prompt. Let's look at Topic 5, Testing Starter Prompts. Think of starter prompts as the equivalent of the standard greeting a retail worker gives a customer when they walk through the front door. A friendly "How can I help you today?" sets the tone for the entire interaction. In the context of our input-process-output cycle, starter prompts are your default inputs. Evaluating basic prompts like "What can you do?" and customizing them to be highly specific to your audience, like "How can I get started with using SharePoint for project management?" is a key administration task you'll definitely be tested on for the AB 900 exam. It drives so much better user interaction, right from the very first click.
And finally, Topic 6, Editing your agents.
Once you've tested your agent and you inevitably find things that need improving, you have to edit it. Think of this like architectural blueprints. Once a building is drafted, reviewed, and tested against safety codes, any changes mean you have to go right back to the original drafting table where it was created. This illustrates a core technical difference you need to know for the AB 900 exam. You always use the same tool to edit the agent as you did to create it. A Copilot chat agent is edited via Copilot Studio. A SharePoint agent is edited via the embedded SharePoint tool. Furthermore, here is a really critical rule. When you update an agent, shared users cannot see the latest changes until the agent is reshared with them. If the agent has SharePoint files as sources, resharing ensures those files are shared again so everyone gets a consistent experience. Let's look at exactly how to do this in Copilot Chat. In the Microsoft 365 Copilot navigation pane, if your agent is in the pinned or unpinned list, you simply hover over it, click the ellipsis, and select Edit. If it's not there, you just navigate to All Agents to open the Agent Store, find it under Your Agents, and select Edit right from there. It's that simple. Now, selecting Edit instantly opens Copilot Studio. The agent's information populates in the corresponding fields on the Configure tab. Think of this tab as your workbench. This is where you apply those refined instructions, update your knowledge sources, test them out, and finally hit the Update button to actually publish those changes. But what if you're editing a SharePoint agent? Every time you create an agent in SharePoint from the home page, it's stored as a specific file type, a .agent file. To edit it, you follow these mechanical steps. Open Site Contents, navigate to Site Assets, open the Copilots folder, select the specific agent, and choose Edit. To summarize those SharePoint editing rules, locating the .agent file and clicking Edit opens the embedded Copilot tool right there within SharePoint. You make your changes and you save. But there is one massive caveat to remember for your exam. You absolutely cannot edit a SharePoint site's ready-made agent that is automatically created by Copilot when the site is created. That one is permanently locked in. I want to leave you with the question on the screen. An AI agent isn't a static set-it-and-forget-it document. It's a dynamic interface representing your organization's logic, your data, and your tone. If you aren't continuously putting it back on that test track and taking it back to the drafting table for edits, it will inevitably fall out of alignment with your business goals. Master the art of testing and editing, and you'll master the true power of these agents.